Welcome to this week's Fastest Minute in Construction. I'm Nate Beck, Daily Reporter staff writer. Let's dig into the news. Well, welcome to the new normal. Blink and you risk missing a whole chapter in the saga of Foxconn's big build in southeast Wisconsin. This week was no different. One Foxconn-linked legal conundrum was settled while another threatens to emerge. And the federal government didn't pony up quite as much for road work near the new factory as state officials hoped. First off, the village of Mount Pleasant voted on Monday to designate some 2,800 acres of land near the Foxconn project as blighted, a move that could allow the village to condemn those properties. While the village says it plans to continue to buy out people who own land overlapping with Foxconn's plans like it has been, lawyers told us it could queue up a legal battle if property owners refuse. In any case, Mount Pleasant's blight designation is probably unprecedented in size and scope. But we're talking about Foxconn, so what else is new? The Wisconsin Supreme Court, meanwhile, struck down a challenge to a system that local governments use to dole out incentives to developers, the same method officials in Racine County used to entice Foxconn to move in. The court ruled that the city of Eau Claire's use of tax incremental financing didn't amount to an unfair perk for developers of the city's catalytic confluence project. Local governments breathed a sigh of relief after the ruling, which they say protects one of the few tools they have to spur economic development. And lastly, the feds announced this week that they would kick in some $160 million to support the 30-mile overhaul of Interstate 94 between Milwaukee and the Illinois border. It's about $80 million less than Wisconsin asked for, causing some to wonder how the state would pay for the project, which runs right next to Foxconn's factory. A spokesman for Governor Scott Walker told the Associated Press that the state would make up the difference with cash balances and bonding, and that no other road projects would stop as a result. That's been this week's Punch List. We'll see you next week.